Hi, welcome to Yoga Janda YouTube channel. I'm Liza Janda. We're going to start our prenatal yoga flow at the top of the mat, standing. So take a moment and close your eyes. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And breathe in and breathe out. And in through the nose and out through the mouth, and just let your hands float down by your side. Take a nice deep breath here and exhale. Begin to use your Ujjayi breath. So that's a very gentle contraction in the back of the throat. You make a sound that sounds like this. If you were to open your mouth, it sounds like a fellow yoga teacher described it as, imagine it's your birthday, you open the door and there are all your family and friends and you go, that's the sound it makes. And I think that's a very joyful thought. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow, sort of modified from Wendy Teasdill's book, Yoga for Pregnancy. And so we're going to take our arms all the way out and up, inhale. Open your feet as wide as you need to for your belly. That's going to get wider as your pregnancy continues. But if you can still stay with your feet hip width apart, go right ahead. Take a full forward fold. Exhale. And then inhale with a half forward fold. And exhale, a full forward fold. You're going to come into chair pose. And then as you exhale, airplane those arms and then rise all the way up to standing. As you inhale all the way up to mountain pose, open those feet nice and wide because you're going to come down to a squat. If coming into a full squat doesn't feel good, just go halfway down. But if you can come all the way down, you can also take a block or two blocks and have a seat on those blocks. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. Think about your birth, your pregnancy. You want to make choices that assist and support your natural ability to give birth. Bring your hands down to the mat and slowly begin to straighten the backs of the legs. Toes are parallel to each other. Inhale, half forward fold. And exhale, full forward fold. Chair pose once again. Rise all the way up. Inhale. And let's take a full forward fold. Once again, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. You're going to step the right foot back. So if you've got a couple of blocks, you can put your hands on those blocks. You can put your hands over here onto the right and bring both hands inside of your left foot. And then go ahead and bring your right knee down. Let your hips sink towards the mat. Crawl your hands up to the top of your thigh. Pull your belly in, squeeze your kegel muscle. And inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. And relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach up high. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. And go ahead and flex your left foot and move those hips back. Move this right hip a little bit more to the left. And then fold. If your belly's really big, you're going to have to fold inside of that left leg. You're not quite so far along, you can fold over it. That's going to change over the months. Good, inhale. Come forward and lunge once again. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to lunge to the right. So walk your hands to the right. As you do that, point your right toes towards the back right corner of your mat, left toes towards the left front corner of the mat, right front corner of the mat, and I'm mixing up my left and my right a lot today. Bend your right knee. You can flex this left foot if you want to. You can go all the way into Skandasana if you're familiar with that, and then walk your hands all the way over to the left, flex that right foot. If you lift your heart, extend your heart, and tilt your tailbone up, exhale, go ahead and over to the right. You'll feel a deeper stretch in that inner thigh. One more time to the left, flex that right foot, and then go ahead and pivot all 10 toes to face the front of your mat. Take a breath here. And exhale slowly. You're going to bring both hands down to the mat. Right knee comes down and you're going to crawl onto both knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale into a cow stretch. And exhale into a cat stretch. You can curl the toes under behind you if you want to, or you can let the toenails rest on the mat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. And cat. And one more time. Inhale. Good. And then cat stretch. Press almost all the way back. Let the toenails reach down towards the mat. You can sit on a block if it would be more comfortable. Put your left hand on your right knee, your right hand right behind you. Lift up and lengthen. And then turn from the shoulders. And if you can, look all the way over your right shoulder. Take a breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly twist to the left. Lift up and lengthen the spine. Try not to lean back too far. And then twist, look over your left shoulder. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Slowly come forward. I want you to come onto your forearms. You're going to do some pelvic rocking. The pelvic rocking is really, really important. You can do this during labor. You should do this every single day. So I talked about, making the choices that assist your natural ability to give birth. But also you want to avoid things that work against your body. In pregnancy, not eating right, things like that. But in labor, usually, unless there's a good medical reason for any kind of a medication, it's better just to avoid those things. How do you find the information and the education so you feel really well prepared? You usually find it in an in-person childbirth class, but of course now that we're in COVID-19, like I'm teaching my childbirth classes via Zoom. Lots of teachers are teaching via Zoom. So tucking under, tilting up and tucking under, and then crawl back up to your hands. You're going to walk your hands over to the left. That helps you bring your right foot up in front. And we're going to come into a lunge here on the right side once again. Lift up and lengthen through the front of the body. Crawl your hands to the top of your thigh and go ahead and sweep those arms up. Pull your belly in, squeeze your kegel muscle. Take a nice deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and straighten your right leg, flex your right foot. If you can fold over and get a deeper hamstring stretch, go for it. Take a deep breath here. And exhale. Come forward once again. Curl your left toes under. Get your left knee up off of the mat. And we're going to lunge. We're going to pivot our feet, pointing towards these left corners of the mat. Flex the right foot if you can. If it feels better to keep the foot down, go ahead and keep the foot down. Walk your hands to the right, lunge to the right. And then one more time, let's go to the left. And one more time, we'll go to the right. And then pivot all 10 of the toes to face the front of the mat. Take a nice deep breath and step forward into a half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale, chair pose. Let's airplane those arms and then rise all the way up. Open up those feet. You're going to come into that squat once again. Exhale, fold, squat all the way down. Deep breath here. And exhale, hands down. Straighten the backs of the legs. Turn the toes parallel. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Chair. Airplane the arms, rise all the way up. Let's take a squat, open up those feet. Exhale. Maybe you kind of play around with it. Maybe you're perfectly still. Just listen to your body. What feels good to your body? Take a breath here and lift up the heart center. And exhale, straighten the backs of the legs. Turn the toes parallel to each other. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold forward, chair pose. Airplane those arms, rise all the way up. Get ready. You're going to take a full forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Plant the hands and a lunge back with that right foot. Right knee all the way down. Squeeze your kegel muscle. Pull your belly button towards your baby. Reach up. And then straighten that left leg. Flex that left foot. Inhale, lunge forward, curl your back toes under. Lunge to the right. You want to go a little deeper? You can bend that right knee completely. Don't do that though if you have any knee issues. Take a breath. Hands down, lunge to the left. All the way down if it's available to you. If it's not, just 90 degrees here. Take a nice deep breath. Hi, Doodle. Hi, buddy. Inhale. Come back to the center and pivot to the front of your mat. Nice deep, deep breath here. And exhale, bring your right knee down. Both hands on inside of your left foot. Come onto your hands and your knees. Inhale, cow stretch. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And cat. And two more. Inhale, cow. And cat last time. And sit all the way back in thunderbolt. Twist to the right. Hi. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale. One more time. Good. Come forward onto your forearms. Pelvic rocking. Tilting up and tucking under. You guys do these cat cows and these pelvic rocks every day, you probably are not going to have much, if any, back pain. If you're only going to do two things, that's what I would suggest. Cat cow, pelvic rocks. Take a deep breath here. Crawl back up to your hands. Let's take a couple of cat cow. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, walk your hands over to the left so you can bring your right foot up towards the top of your mat. Lunge forward. Crawl your hands to the top of your thigh. Pull your belly in, squeeze your kegel, reach up, inhale. Bring your hands down, flex your right foot, fold over or inside that right leg. Good, inhale. Curl your back toes under, lift the back knee up. Once again, we're gonna lunge. This time I'm just gonna bend it 90 degrees and flex my right foot. You can go all the way down into Skandasana if you want. Come to the right. Let's go back to the left. And one more time to the right. And turn and face the front of the mat. Nice deep breath here. One hand on either side of your foot. Step forward, half forward fold. And a full forward fold. Chair pose. Airplane your arms. Rise all the way up. Open up those feet and come into a squat. Exhale. Hold it right here for a moment. So what you're doing right now is you're helping your body to be ready for labor. And a lot of these things you're doing right now, this squat, hands and knees, moving, lunging, things like that are things you can do during labor. Some of them only during early labor, squatting, second stage labor. Take a deep breath, straighten the backs of the legs. Turn the toes parallel, inhale halfway up. And exhale, fold. Chair. Airplane those arms.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh my gosh, Alexa. Bring your hands to your heart center. Open up those feet. Squat all the way back down. I guess I should have disconnected Alexa. Take a deep, deep breath here. I shouldn't say her name because then she'll answer me. Deep breath here. Hands down. Slowly straighten the backs of the legs. Take a half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale. Now go ahead and cross your arms or cup the opposite elbow with each hand, letting your head and your neck completely relax. I'm going to adjust my mat while you guys do that. And just feel the back of your body elongating, stretching. Just feels good anytime. On that low back, you've got a lot of stress on your low back. Take a breath here. Let your hands float down, come into chair. Airplane your arms and rise all the way up. Inhale. Good. Bring your hands through your heart center, full forward fold. We're gonna go one more time, halfway up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale, chair pose. Airplane your arms, rise all the way up, take a squat, open up those feet, and come all the way down. Deep, deep breath here. Exhale, straighten the backs of the legs, turn the toes to be parallel, face the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, chair. Airplane the arms, rise all the way up. Full forward fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands, take your right leg back. Take your right knee down. See if you can sweep all the way up. If it feels better to stay down or to put your hands on your thigh, go right ahead. Inhale, pull your belly in. Listen to your body. Every day it's different. Flex your left foot. Fold inside of that left leg. Inhale, lunge. Curl the right toes under. Lift that right knee. Begin to pivot. Skandasana. If it's available, lift your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Let's lunge to the left. Skandasana on this side. Lift up. Lengthening the front of the body. Squeeze your kegel muscle. Take a breath here. Whoop. Lost my balance. Back to the right. I'm only going to bend it 90 degrees. My right knee. Flex my left foot. 90-degree bend on my left knee. Pivot to face the front. Take a deep breath. Lower your right knee. Come onto your hands and your knees. Cow stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Round your back. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Get ready for thunderbolt. Inhale. And round your back. Come all the way back. Twist to the right. Twist from the shoulders. Lift your heart. Inhale. Unwind. Exhale. Twist from the shoulders. As you exhale, breathe in. Exhale. Come forward onto your forearms. Pelvic rocking. Tilting up and tucking under. So one of the things that I wanted to share is that a lot of the medical procedures that are standard in the hospital can be life-saving, can be very, very helpful, but when they're used, when not medically needed, they tend to slow down labor, they tend to increase pain and discomfort. They can cause unnecessary stress for babies, discomfort and stress for mom, and they can also cause a cesarean. So we want to think really carefully about who we choose as our care provider. Take another breath. Come back up to our hands and our knees. Walk your hands to the left. Bring your right foot up. Lunge forward. And sweep those arms up. Inhale. Take a fold over that right leg or inside that right leg. And then inhale, lunge. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee up. Lunge to the left. I'm going to do Skandasana over here. Good. Now you can bring your hands to your heart center. You keep your hands on the floor. Take it over to the right. Skandasana. Lift up and lengthen. The longer, the more length you create in your spine and the front of the body, the deeper stretch you're going to get. Now just a 90-degree angle bend in that left knee. And a 90-degree angle bend in the right knee. And lunge forward. Ready? Take a deep breath. Exhale and step forward into a half forward fold. And a full forward fold. Sweep the arms forward into a chair pose. Airplane your arms, rise all the way up. One last squat. Let's take it down. Open up your feet nice and wide. And exhale. Deep, deep breath. Even if you don't give birth in a squatting position, whatever position you choose, except hands and knees, these are going to be the best positions in which to birth, and they are all some variation on a squat. So doing a squat every day is really great to prep your body. Take a breath here. And exhale. Fold forward as you straighten the backs of the legs. Halfway up, inhale, and a fold, exhale. Chair pose. Airplane your arms, rise all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center, and hopefully you're nice and warmed up right now. Close your eyes for a sec. And just focus on your breath for a moment. And stay with that breath. Sweep those arms all the way out and up. And take a full forward fold. Exhale. And then halfway up, inhale. Go ahead and bend your knees. You can plant your hands. Step all the way back to a downward facing dog. However you get there is fine. Make sure your index fingers pointing straight ahead. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. Your feet are the same distance from the hands in plank as they are in downward facing dog. Bend the elbows just a little tiny bit and draw your forearms towards each other. That will externally rotate your upper arms. And that will enable you to let your shoulders slide away from your ears, your shoulder blades slide down your back, and breathe. Breathing in, breathing out, pull your belly towards your baby and squeeze your Kegel muscle. Nice deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, open those feet as wide as your mat and slowly walk your hands all the way back. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Good. Now, if you have a block, I want you to put that block right there in front of you. So I'm going to grab my block so you can see what I'm talking about. And you can make it whatever height you need to make it. So it can be flat. You might not even need a block, so you don't have to use one. Your toes are parallel to each other. I'm going to put my right hand on the block. Now, if I'm not very flexible in my hamstrings, maybe I make the block taller. Good. And you're going to bend your right knee, keep the left leg straight, and slowly begin to twist to the left and reach your left hand towards the ceiling. See if you can extend your collarbones towards the front of your mat, lengthening the front of the body. Take a breath here. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. So think very carefully about who's going to be with you during your labor. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Who are your care providers? Do they support your vision for your birth? That's important. If they don't, you've got time to change providers. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. I did it in my 8th month of my pregnancy, way back when, and it took a lot of work, but a lot of persistence. And then fold down. Take a nice deep breath into a half forward fold and a full forward fold. Good. Move that block out of the way, come back into downward dog. Once again, if your belly's not too terribly big, you can move your feet a little bit closer to each other and sway your hips from side to side. Good, and this is just kind of a short yoga practice just to get you warmed up. Sometimes the middle of my day I'm feeling kind of stuck for whatever reason. I could be uninspired, a little depressed, a little frustrated, and just some movement and deep breathing makes all the difference. Lower to your hands and your knees. And now take your knees nice and wide, bring your big toes to touch, and sit all the way back on your heels. Go ahead and stretch your arms forward on your mat and let your head relax down. Nice deep breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. And one more time. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Push yourself back up to your hands and your knees. Take a nice deep breath and then have a seat on your mat. Now, I'm going to face you and I'm going to bring my right foot in front. Normally when we sit cross-legged, our knees are a little bit wider, but what I want you to do is I want you to bring your knees closer together. And so my right heel's right in front of my left knee. And now my block's going to come in nice and handy. If I've got a big belly and folding forward just isn't possible anymore. So lean over to the left hip and rotate your right thigh in. Now lean over to the right and rotate that left thigh in. Lift up and lengthen. Another important thing is your right foot should be flexed. So it should be active. It's not just hanging there, hanging out there. It's active. Take that block in front of you. You don't have a big belly, you might not need the block yet, but you're gonna need it eventually. And you're just gonna walk that block forward until you feel a stretch in this right hip. To deepen the stretch in the right hip, tilt your tailbone back, lift your heart center. So think about the collarbones. The collarbones are lifting and extending forward. Take a nice deep breath. So the people that you're with during labor, if they're supportive, they're on the same page with you, they make the whole process so much easier. And if they're not on the same page, it can make the whole process so much more difficult, depending on how well they care for you. So make sure you choose your care provider and your labor support companions very carefully. And choose a birth setting whose staff is really supportive of what you envision for your birth. Take a breath here. And exhale. There's a couple of really great books you should read. One is called Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. I've mentioned that in other videos. But now we're going to take our left hand out to the left, a little bit further away from our body. And inhale, sweep your right arm way up there. Reach it as high as you can. And then as you exhale, bend your left elbow so you can lean over. And if you're like me, you're feeling that all the way down to this right hip. Dude, go lie down. I think he thinks I'm talking to him. I'm not sure. Take a breath. Lift your heart. Maybe even you can look past your right arm a little bit, twisting open a little bit. Take another breath here. And exhale. Good. Rise all the way up. Take your right hand right behind your tailbone on the mat and take your left hand to your right knee. Or pet your dog if he's in the way. Hi, buddy. I know. And go ahead and twist to the right. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Stretching that left hip. Inhale, lengthen. And slowly unwind. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. Now take your left foot in front. And again, bring your knees a little closer. Really, ideally, my knee is bent at 90 degrees. And my ankle's bent at 90 degrees. Lean to the right. Take the flesh of your left thigh and rotate it in. Lean to the left. Take the flesh of your right thigh. Lift up, lengthen. And then this is where we come forward. This is where the block comes in handy. Some of you might not need the block. Maybe your belly's not real big right now and you just come forward. Or maybe you've already had the baby and it feels great to fold forward. There's nothing stopping you anymore. Yes. And then walk your block forward. Tilt your tailbone back. Lift and lengthen. And one of the reasons why it's so important to choose your care provider carefully, not just who's available on your insurance or the first people that you find on your insurance list, but really find the right person for you. Come on, come over here. Good. Because there's different things that can really enhance your labor and make it work a lot better. And that's caring, like non-medical touch, that's massage, just touch. People that show you that they care. Take a deep breath and take your right hand out to the right. Okay, leave me alone. Sweep your left arm way up there. Really reach high, make yourself really tall, and then bend your right elbow and lean over to the right. As you stretch those left fingertips up and away, if you externally rotate your arm, so you'll bring your, no, go lie down, go on, go. Bring your pinky finger in and your right thumb up towards the ceiling. That will externally rotate that arm and lift, and you'll be able to stretch just a little bit more. Press your left hip down towards the mat. So the things that can enhance your labor, non-medical, caring non-medical touch, things like getting into the bath or the shower, people encouraging you. You cannot be praised enough, you can't be encouraged enough, you can't be reassured enough during labor. Inhale, rise up, take your left hand right behind your tailbone. Even laughter and humor can really make a big difference. Make sure I don't forget all my long list. Even kissing Believe it or not, the thing that got your baby in your belly, that oxytocin, that love hormone, can also enhance your contractions. Take a deep, deep breath. And then sometimes repetitive use of mantras or prayers or even words and things and sounds. Make sure you're making low, deep sounds. Take a deep breath here. And slowly unwind. And then you can just adjust your legs however you want. And sit up nice and tall. Let your hands rest with the palms up on your knees. Close your eyes. I like to sit up on a block. It just takes the stress off my lower back. Lifts my hips a little higher than my knees. And then with your eyes closed, bring all your attention to the muscles around your eyes and see if you can release all that tension that's there. As you exhale, this next exhale, let your jaw drop slightly open. Let your shoulders draw away from your ears. And imagine your arms becoming really, really heavy by your side. And then let your breath become easy and effortless. Breathing in and out. And take a moment and express gratitude, silently or otherwise, for the miracle of this perfect union of you and your baby. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. And I encourage you to take anywhere from 5 to 7 to 10 minutes to lie down in Shavasana. If you're less than 20 weeks, you can lie on your back. If you're more than 20 weeks, the ideal resting position is on your left side. And so I'll demonstrate with a couple of pillows. So having a couple of pillows handy can be really much more comfortable than just lying on the mat. So you'll take one pillow for your head. You'll take the other pillow for your top knee. I'll put the pillow here. I'm going to lie down on my left side. This is called the side relaxation position. So as I come forward, I'm going to bring this left arm behind my back. And I'm going to put my head down on the pillow, and then my other knee rests on the second pillow. And that enables me to have no body part touching any other body part. And I can even roll forward a little bit. Don't worry about squishing your baby. You're not going to squish the baby. And if this isn't comfortable, do whatever you need to do to get comfortable so you can really relax. So take the time to get comfortable and close your eyes and allow yourself to relax into your mat. Give yourself this time. You deserve it. It's hard work growing a person. And so I will sign off with a namaste. Thanks so much for joining me.